everything, you go to Aalborg. You load nothing, you unload everything. And that is the Stettin to Aalborg bricks. And sometimes I call them bricks, sometimes clay. It's a tricky thing that Catan has caused for me. Does anywhere else have too much of a good? Malmö lacks raw materials. Is it wood or iron? Probably iron. It's iron. I need to deal with that. But that is Bruges' problem to deal with. Bruges is trying to deal with the problem, but it needs more people. Revolt just never seems to come along for me. Also, anytime Bruges is under attack, these guys are going to stop working for me, that is. And he is pished, so... And he's expecting so much from me because the cities are built up. In particular, Harlem is so well built up that he demands these ridiculous amounts of goods. Hemp, meat and pitch. Fortunately, I can do that for him. Unfortunately, I have no interest in doing that because he would just get really angry really quickly. Also, I don't have the mead, so sod off. And the amount of money he pays you is just insultingly low. All the more reason to ignore him. So, should be good for everything around here. Should be very good. So many patricians, so much money. Shame about the... Wait, grain shortage? Trust me, you don't want grain shortages in this game. I have plenty of ample grain trains, but Aalborg's population is not playing ball with that, so the smelters are all going to stop in favour of getting some grain going. Of course, granted, population across the Hansa is growing quite a bit, so I need my grain coming in. So yeah, grain is due from Aalborg, 100, although I don't have the population. Rostock probably doesn't do enough of it. Well, no, Rostock does just the right amount for it. Everything it can, even. So who else? Groningen. Groningen brings in no grain for me, but they appear to have finished their wall. So I need to think about building up Groningen now, even though they don't really have many goods with which to do so. Also, my official duties. Blockade the city of Oslo. Normally I'd love to, but no thanks. Even if that's a tasty little reward. Okay, Groningen, we're going to start building you up. The thing that's stopping you from growing right now is actually the lack of businesses, and I don't want to leave it to the AI to build those, because they probably will. I do, however, want a bit more of this. And if you're producing grain, then it would probably be in my benefit to have some extra warehouses. So first off, we build the grain trains, and I need 100 of you. I have sheep farms here, sadly, so they're just going to be demolished. Not yet, though, because they would send the... They would make the workers just die. So how am I going to build this up? It's pretty awkward positioning for that road, the way it just slants off like a crooked... Yeah.
I see you enjoy baiting me. I told you to stop trying to expand your buildings in my city. Which part of that is so difficult to understand?
Probably the part where you went, I had to tear down another business. I know it was the other guy that said that, but trust me, he's going to be saying it pretty soon. And I look forward to it. I mean, some people are quick to play you off as pretty evil when you say these kinds of things, but it is a wonderful feeling to just have your enemies in true despair. So, oh, how can you be so heartless? They're people too. Well, yeah, they're my competitors. Why would I not want to see them grovel before me? All's fair in love and economics. So how many are we looking at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ugh. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, that should keep Run again happy, at least for a wee bit.
So, you want to lure my tenants away?
Yes.
You are not the first to try.
Yes, I am.
Best of luck.
Thank you. It's full of nonsense. It's okay though, we will not fall for his dirty French tricks. Sorry, I shouldn't There's a word I was looking for and it died in my mouth there. Shouldn't use redundant words, I guess. That was what I wanted to say. In the end, it was another insult to the French. Alright, that should be good. That should keep housing occupancy fairly low for a wee bit. But I do need to come here and work on that some more. With that in mind, why even stop? That's what quitters would do, and we're no quitter around here. So, I don't like what I have built here, but I can at least use it as a straight edge for more of my houses. Another 80 houses or so should keep this place golden. But yes, Rennes again is going to be one of my grain, well, the grain train as I like to put it. Bread basket, perhaps? Hold on, I built more than I need. Rennes again is only meant to supply me with 50 of them. The other 50 comes from tools. However, I will have these around because tools are less vital than grain. So if I ever find myself hideously short on grain, I can do a quick switch out for them. You'll notice that when I had 20,000 too much grain, it was never really seen as a problem. You'll notice that when I only have 3,000 grain, I start looking at it as a sizable problem. There we go, that's enough to keep us happy for a long time. And I want you stuck on that. Good. Best decision to be stuck on. London, could you build your freaking wall, please? No, we want to build a defensive tower because we're bloody morons. And that's why Mr. London is so angry. Also, the amount of money he's demanding is getting outrageous because I've built up all these cities here, except for London, of course. Jake, is it worth it to become mayor in every town just so you can expand to the ends of the walls a bit more? Yes, in fact, that's what I did in one of my previous playthroughs. Not every city, but every city that I deemed worthy. So I think I had probably less than 10 cities, because they could all keep themselves mutually well filled, I suppose. People in Danzig continue to starve to death. Is there anything better than a lot of dying Poles? I'm just not sure. But they continue to work on their gate. Actually, no, they will not continue to work on the wall because there's no brick. And they can't finish their cathedral because there's no wooden stuff here. Okay. I'm actually going to tell my counting house person that they can sell brick at a reasonable price. 58 ducats, just so they finish their wall, because I actually want that thing done. Lubeck, did you work on a wall? The wall is finished. Well, that's good. You could do with tearing down more businesses, though. But Lubeck will continue to die, as well they should.
I just had to tear down a business which was no longer profitable, and I have you alone to thank for that.
Yes,
Just
you
had
do.
to tear down a business which was no longer profitable, and I have you alone to thank for that.
It's good, isn't it? It's very good. Okay, I had one of my wild cards here. Although I also wish to go off to the old new world. I just want one of these places to build up, for the love of God. So the DDR blind goes to bar. And I'm gonna have to get rid of these names because it's not good. You are pitch metal goods. Pitch tools. Regrettable, because the DDR blind was a great name. Well, we have tons of pitch. Not so many tons of tools, though. I mean, yes, this guy has plenty, but to what end? Still, off you go. And then you go to Cartagena, which is tools pitch. Boring names, I agree. Doesn't like my input here, though. Someone out there is going to be bothered that one was pitch tools and the other's tools pitch, but to them I say nuts. You go to Nador, which is pitch and pelt. Means I want to use these names for other ships if I can actually remember. Right. Did I ever get around to my pelt? Pitch and pelt, right? Did I ever get around to expanding my pelt business? I probably didn't. Tubby is tools and pelt. And then old Slappy. Pelt and pitch. Istanbul? Nah, not... well, Istab will do. Pelt and pitch. That just makes it a lot less clicks to be able to do that. Please grow some of them. Now, pelts. I do get them. Hell, I get a reasonable amount of them now. Oh, okay, maybe not. I know pitch flows fine. It was meat that I was also concerned didn't flow as far as I wanted. So, meat. I have 1, 2, 3. Level 10 turnip. Probably can't supply everybody here. Oh, of course not. The west with 500 meat, there's not even a chance of that. East potentially. Center with that much? I doubt it. Alright, well you get back in, and 1 cog, I think not. 1 carvel, I think so. My Hanseatic needs for, let's say we're 200,000. For meat is about 1,000 every 10 days, so 1 carvel should supply everyone to the east for a while. Okay, well apparently the meat consumption here in the center isn't too high. Well, I mean, that was only Gothenburg we checked out there. Gotham City's looking good. It brings in pitch, perhaps too much. Is that what Gotham City's meant to do? Gothenburg is 11 wood, 22 tools, and the rest pitch. So, you're doing okay. Granted, you lack some stuff, like wood for your pitch making. Jeez, did I just turn off wood here or something? Point is, Gotham City looks fine. We'll build the salt, but we will most certainly destroy the salt. Now, and again, what was my thoughts with you? Well, my thoughts with most places are that they need more materials. Aarhus tries. Also, severe lack of grain. Even Harlem is lacking grain. Point is, damn, do I need more grain. Even Rostock doesn't give me enough grain. I could quickly bump up the amount of grain I have if I just supply Rostock with their raw materials. And honestly, since Rostock is as big as they are, they could stand to... oh shoot, siege is going on. They lack grain, and the wildcard Thagnus could bring them that... not grain, brick. The wildcard Thagnus will bring them that brick. And we'll try to deal with this grain shortage before it becomes a starvation issue. I don't know why they give you these different things. So I mean, flee, defend, fight alone, leave the objective, and seize the objective. What objective? Was this written before naval combat? Now, how's Harlem looking? Still not overflowing with brick. No, sawmills are working hard, granted, but sawmill... How are we looking at wood in Aalborg? Yeah, it's fine. How about the old Boston brick and... Boston bricks and... Wait, why does Boston have so many bricks? Okay, because it's got a whole load of clay pits, that makes a whole world of sense. But the Harlem clay pits could stand to work that bit harder. It's not like I need this much smoking. Or anywhere near this much sheep. Those clay pits, though, could stand to work hard. So I grab my sawmills, I'm going to reduce them. Grab my sheep guys, reduce them quite a lot. And then the smokehouses, they throw people into the clay pits. So dark I can't see what's what here. Alright, now the clay pits are talking. Good. I probably just told some people to go down to the pub for a drink. No, not even. Good. Very good. I mean, I know you're here to grab goodies, but still. Harlem bringing out 1,000 a day is going to help out quite a lot. How about Mr. Paul? Oh, he's just not very happy. They get so unhappy so quickly, it's disgusting. How's the inland trade going? Not. It's not worth my time at all until I'm done with the coastal stuff, and even then I'll make the call, because I may very much not want to do anything. So this is where a lot of my grain is disappearing to, which is good to know. London's still... I don't think there's space for more houses even. Yeah, there might be. But I'm still unhappy with the lack of them building a wall. Oh, well, hot damn, there they go. Now they're coming to their senses. Build that wall, okay? Nimwagen's so well stocked. The only thing they want for is spice. Not a bad setup. I just told someone to move and I don't even know who. It was probably wildcard Thagnus to here. No? Then I have no clue. But I'm happy I've got plenty of clay here. Is that to get Rostock running? No, Rostock is running, but... Okay, Aalborg has at least some clay, but damn does it need more. Not grain. I don't know how I keep mixing these two things up. Point is though, Rostock needs to save the day, so I need these besiegers to go away, to put it nicely. It's so nice to have pirates dealt with as cleanly as we do right now, though. At least once
I
he's done
just
with
had to tear
Rostock,
down a
things will be
business
better.
which was no longer profitable, and I have you alone to thank for that.
Things continue to go very bad for you over in Lübeck, I see. I'll be happy once Lübeck is down to 400 people and almost no businesses. Is that an auto fleet? No. Supply Nimwagen continues to make me proud even. Good. And you can see how tedious it is to keep checking this. You don't need me to tell you. Alright, Rostock is done. I will get those grain farmers working hard. It's in stagnation, but it'll very quickly come back from that. Because if everybody's needing grain, then I have got to oblige. I think somebody tried to mod this game so that wood required metal goods to be produced. The problem with that is you could very easily not have any wood, because it's all gone and you need wood to produce metal goods. So, careful what you wish for in certain games. There we go, that's better. That's also good. Nice. Now, it is very tempting to take economic refugees out of Rostock, but I need that wheat produced, so I will not, at least not right now. Danzig's burning so hard, but I don't like this. The squares that he's created with his awful building structure, they remain. Kongsberg looks great. Just great, and all that wine keeps flowing in. It's pronounced Nijmegen. Nijmegen. You can't pull your silly Dutch tricks on me.
I just had to tear down a business which was no longer profitable, and I have you alone to thank for that.
You're very welcome, my friend. Alright, hopefully we can get rid of that wool without producing too much of it from all these guys. Because that is certainly too much of it. In fact, it's tempting to have you pegged all the way down more or less constantly. But that might get in the way of growth of Harlem. And Harlem I do want built all the way up so I can use it to milk for people. Still wanting money off of me. But at least he's 97% happy now. You, however, you just finished your siege, which brought you up to 80%, and you're already down to 78. So I'm going to do a couple of nice things for you. And then I'm going to hope that you give me really good missions. So I need to check Rostock and Kongsberg quite frequently. Lack of mead, though. Aren't I meant to be having tons of mead from Scarborough? I am, but I never set up a mead. No, I do have the mead guy. And I never activated him, because why would I do that? But it's good to know that my mead breweries are working just fine. And that the sawmills are not working enough. Why is that? There should be a Scarborough to Aalborg wooden guy. Ska to Al Wood Concord. And you just don't really keep up. Okay, it's just the flying cow. What is the Bunthku? Is it the sea cow? It's some kind of cow. Okay, this isn't too bad. Bruges. You've got your metal stuff going. That's all fine and well. Let's have another big old meal for the poor, because I really want that thing going somewhere. Stettin continues to be stuck at 96. Oh yeah, because no people. Or no room for people. But that's fine, it brings in the clay. Good. I can be satisfied with this. And now I have plenty of clay. What a wonderful feeling. So I should go to the likes of London and just beef them right up. I have 50 of these. I need 100 of them. But I also need... Would you finish that bloody wall? I know you can't do it right now. You're under siege, but still. Bremen is not really doing much with the hemp right now. But it will. Nijmegen, though, is slowly but surely building this stuff. I want them to have a bigger wall, but they're not having any of it. Oh no, of course they already started their wall. It looks like ass. But they need a lot more other goodies. Where's that counting house of mine? The administrator should have plenty of stuff there, but what I need, or what I think I need, is the wild card. The wild card can pick up the plentiful amounts of clay now available here and get to work on Nijmegen. And just say, like, here you go, take all these goods, I don't even need them. Actually, storage should have them. Storage can sell them much more wisely than I can. Take it, man, take it all. And frankly, there's not a good reason that I'm not working on Cologne either. Cologne is meant to bring me the honey. Now previously I was saying honey is overstocked. I'm currently still saying it's overstocked, but I can tone down the honey from other places if Cologne picks up the pace there. The alternative is that I go to Hamburg and work on Hamburg. It's just a question of what goods I need at the moment. Hamburg would bring in cloth. Cloth is a great way to build up demand for wool. This is one ugly city. Never been to Hamburg, but now I am convinced that it is ugly as sin. Still, great way to put that cloth to work. And cloth is very often in demand for everything, especially my boats. In fact, we've noticed that cloth just isn't picking up as we want it to. We have cloth here, we have... Okay, a lot of cloth here. I don't even have any cloth dispersal, do I? Share cloth. 500 for the whole of the... Yeah, it's not cutting it. I'll take that for the east, that's fine. Yeah, that should be good for the center, because the center can be done quickly. Maybe. But the whole of the west with that pea shooter. You know, there's the slightest chance that somebody here will know it, but I once saw an image. You know that McBain thing from The Simpsons where he, in this department we go by the book. That cannon of yours is against regulation. He shoots the book and he says, buy book. I saw a Parasite Eve version of that. Where it's like, how can I destroy these eldritch monstrosities with this pea shooter? And that grenade gun of yours is against regulation. That made me laugh so hard. But I want to see that picture again because I never saved it after I saw it. I'm getting distracted here though. The fact is we have a cloth west. And it is woefully inadequate. So what I care about is which way it goes. It goes to Stavanger first, so I want it to go the other way. And I think Carvel should be able to take care of that. My Hansa needs for cloth in 10 days is about 1,000. So this will be more than enough still. What is it? Cloth from Alberg 4? Is that how I put it? Cloth? Yeah, cloth. And what, and in that case we'll call you, no, we'll call you McBain. Take cloth west, activate it, but also invert it. So move everything